welcome you all to the Spring 2014 ADS pinning ceremony. My name is Frank Zavadil. I'm the chair of the department. And I see a lot of our friendly, smiling folks out here today. I'm glad that you all can make it, take time out of your schedule. I think it's always appreciative to have family of the graduates to see this event. I think it's something special and something that you'll remember for a long time. I'd like to embarrass all the graduates first by just having them all stand up so we know who they are. We're also honored this morning to have Dean Lawler here. Dean Lawler is the Dean of the School of Health Sciences, and we really appreciate his support for our department. And in a few minutes, we're going to have the Dean come up and give a few words. So before that, just want to acknowledge the faculty of our Department of Addiction Studies program. I'll introduce Dr. Merrigan could not be here today, but Dr. Seveny, you want to stand up? Dr. Koka. And Kathy Husby, our student advisor. And our photographer, and wears multiple hats, Denise Cottrell. Special thanks to Denise for doing a lot of the arrangements today, especially the cake bites, and doing a lot of the ordering. And so she'll make sure we're fed and have our sweets. So thanks, Denise. Also, Denise is going to be leaving us in a couple of weeks, so we're going to wish her the best in her new endeavors, and we're going to miss her. So, okay, thanks. Okay, I think just, I'm not real big on giving formal speeches, but I do want to acknowledge you students for the noble field that you're entering. I think it's something that our department is proud to have you as our students, because you are going to represent our department for the years to come. I'm a former graduate of the department, and it wrote my ticket to where I am today, and I see a lot of potential for this degree to take you places that you can't even realize. I think the enormous amount of addiction that we have in our society, it just continues to increase. And I think the need for our students in various capacities, especially in primary care, you're going to be working in community mental health centers, substance abuse centers, you could be working in schools, hospitals, via the VA. It just seems like we see more requests for our students in various organizations, because you carry a key component, and that's information on addiction. And I think that's a real key for a lot of people out there don't know what that is. There's a big stigma related to addiction, and I think a lot of times people who get into this particular profession have some either personal investment in this area, or they've either been impacted by it by somebody else in their family or relatives. And I know that's kind of how I entered this area, and it continues to, I think, keeps me intrigued, because it just seems like we keep finding out more and more about what addiction is. And I think there's more research to be found, and maybe some days you people will be the leading people in doing the research and coming up maybe with a cure. But in the meantime, for those of you who decide to work in the counseling profession, the healing profession, I think that is a worthwhile cause as well. That's where I started, and I think there's nothing like seeing people who actually get into recovery and they start living a normalized life again once they've been down that path of addiction where it can take you. And so you being helpful in that recovery is a rewarding experience, and I think those memories you'll remember forever. I still remember my first client, and that's been over 30 years ago. And so I think you do make an impression by what you do, what you say, how you act and so forth. So that's really key, important in this particular field. So I just want to wish everybody the best as you go forward today. Also, just we will have the pinning, and at that time, the students are more than welcome to give thanks to anybody they wish to give thanks to, especially their family, friends, or whoever helped assisted them getting through. Because I'm assuming some of you thought this day would never come, And maybe some of you wish it never would come, but either way, it's a great milestone to reach. So that being said, I would like to introduce our Dean Lawler, just a little former introduction. Mr. Lawler is Professor and Dean of School of Health Sciences at the University of South Dakota. Dr. Lawler has 30 years of experience as a social work practitioner, administrator, and educator. He was previously chair and professor of social work at the University of South Dakota and director of the Center for Human Services and co-director of the Center for Public Policy Research at the University of California, Davis. His research areas include child welfare services, juvenile justice, forensic psychology, foster care, parent-child relationships, and professional education. He is principal investigator of the South Dakota Survey of Child Wellbeing and the U.S. Principal Investigator for the International Survey of Child Wellbeing. He earned his PhD in Human Development from the University of California, Davis, and his Master's of Social Work from the University of California, Berkeley. So let's give Mike a warm thank you.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm going to join you for how many people are going to stay for the 40th anniversary celebration today? Okay, so I want to make sure I don't repeat myself because I'm going to make some comments there as well. So thank you for Professor Zavidal's comments about experience. So I've been at this work for a long time. I have a lot of degrees. I've done a lot of things. And as I've shared with the ADS faculty before, I've never had a course in addiction studies. Never. And I'm the dean. And I'm a professor. And I've never had a class. I've gone to training. I've certainly worked with people who've been addicted. I've worked in prisons. I've worked in child welfare. I've worked with people that, there's a secondary effects of addiction in their lives. But I never knew what I was doing. And I was quite pleased to come to the University of South Dakota that has expertise and is forming the new science and our new knowledge base and our new practice base around addiction studies. So let me tell you, I say with great humility, those of you who came to school here and are graduating with an addiction studies degree, you made a good choice because the most contemporary practices in science are being generated here and taught here. These faculty are incredible, the staff are incredible, and they've had such faith and confidence in the addiction studies program over 40 years. And there were many times when that program almost got shuttered because who wants to talk about addictions? Who wants to talk about alcohol addiction, drug addiction, gambling addiction, internet addiction, various process addictions that we're starting to actually discover that we've always had. So you made the right choice. And part of the challenge, of course, with addiction studies, it's a very difficult thing to talk about with your family and your friends and at social events. Years ago, my wife worked in radio and TV, and we'd go to radio and TV events and receptions, and people would always walk around and say, "Who are you?" Thinking, you were the next producer to give them a job. And I'd say, "Well, I'm married to her, and I'm a social worker." And then they would just clear out and get away from me because nobody wants to talk to a social worker. They think somehow we're going to talk about really difficult, challenging things. And that's the same thing it is with addiction studies. Students, you're going to be challenged by that. I'm sure people already ask you, why'd you major in that? And what's the deal there? And I want you to remember that you came to a school that is at the center of addiction studies, the center of generating new knowledges and practice, and you made a good choice. And you're out on the front edge of these things. Today, somebody like me could not make it without having a course in addiction studies because we realize how important it is. The faculty here, the field has conveyed that to the rest of the world. Now I want to also remind you that as you go out, you're going to face challenges. You're going to be in a healthcare setting or in an agency setting or in an educational setting. And people will say, well, we'll just send them over here to the 12-step program or let's just wait it out. Eventually this thing will go away and we'll address it. Those things still happen today. So your job is not just to be the practitioner or the clinician in that place. Your job is to educate everybody and to let them know about addiction studies and talk to them about the broad options in prevention and treatment that are available now that maybe we didn't have when they first went to school. So it is, parents and family, thank you for supporting these students, because they have entered a challenging field, but a real critical and important field. I want to thank the students, I want to thank the faculty, and I want to commend you on your accomplishment. I want to welcome you as my colleague. Thank you.
Well, I think we'll begin with the pinning ceremony, so Dr. Sevening, would you like to begin? It's just like we rehearsed it.
Okay, so we've started a tradition where the advisors of the students get the honor of pinning the students. So I'm just excited to start. So, Kate Wellensick. To tell you a little bit about Kate. First of all, she has a very positive attitude. It's kind of a running joke, but it is true. She really does. She's also been currently is the secretary of CASPA, which is our student organization, and really did a wonderful job, and she's going to be doing her internship in Rapid, and she's got a great future ahead of her, and I'm going to miss her.
Well, as many of you know, I am a very positive, high-energy person, so I'll keep this short. But I just want to say thanks to my parents and my friends that are here. I definitely wouldn't have made it through the last 5 years with my surgeries and my athletic career without them, so I just want to say thank you.
And then another great advisee I had is Natasha Germer. I have a little story to tell you about Natasha too. When she first started into the program, she was very bashful and shy and just didn't think that she was going to ever make a difference or be a professional. But I'm here to tell you she has. She is the president of CASPA, our student organization. She has represented the department at the ICNRC conference, which is an international conference, by setting up an exhibit booth and explaining about the department. And then she was also in Atlanta, Georgia, just last fall at the NADAC conference, which is another national addiction conference. And she did an excellent job, and she's got a great future, and she's going to be doing her internship at Keystone this summer. So, congratulations.
I'm used to Diane, I'm still a little shy. So, I want to thank my family and all my friends that I met here. And my professors, you all have been very motivating, inspiring, and I want to thank the ADS department as a whole to really get me out there and represent for you guys and just, yeah, learn things and all that stuff. Thank you.
Okay. I'm John Corrigal, and I've been a professor with the department for quite a few years. Not as many as others. But I'll start with my folks. Erica has just finished up her internship after a few delays, and it's just been an exciting semester for her. At least I hope it has been an exciting semester for her and her internship, as it has been for all of us. So.
like to thank John. He's helped me out a lot along the way. Whatever bumps have come along, he's definitely helped me through them. I would also like to thank my parents. They've been really supportive of me, helped me out when I needed it too. So thank you.
And next we have Mina. Mina is current, well, I think former vice president of CASPA now. And Mina started looking for an internship, let me see, was that 2 years ago? A little bit paranoid about that, but Mina has an internship, so that's her big thing that she's excited about, VOA. Okay.
Okay, really short, sorry. I'd like to thank my family and my friends and everyone that I've met here, professors especially, and John for helping me out when I've had like my freak out moments about not graduating, maybe graduating, and just my schedules in general. And so, yeah.
And we're breaking up Mary's advisees, and I'm sure Emily's afraid of me doing any kind of introduction. I won't mention your nickname at all.
Okay.
But Emily's also finished up now with her internship and is leaving us for a while.
Yes. Thank you. How would I forget to talk?
You thought we weren't going to talk about that. Hi, I just want to say thank you to my family who is not here right now. They're on their way. I want to say thank you to all of the professors and everybody in the department. It's been a crazy 4 years, but very exciting. I also want to thank my fill-in family for the day, my little cheerleaders in the back, who have gotten to learn a lot more about addictions than they came here to learn about. So that's been exciting for them, I'm sure. But just so thank you everybody for all the support the last 4 years. Appreciate it.
And then Dr. Merrigan's other advisee is Lindsay Winkle. So I get the honor of pinning her. And of course I have a story about her too. No, she is very excited about doing her internship, which in case you hadn't noticed, that oftentimes the students really struggle with finding a place that fits for them and where they're interested. And so Lindsay has been very fortunate in finding a place in Nebraska, right? Iowa, yeah. And doing exactly what she wants to do in the future. So, congratulations. Obviously, I have no grace.
I'd just like to thank everyone, family and friends especially. I guess I made a lot of connections this year, and I'm glad that my ADS professors as well helped me continue to decide to double major in this, because when I came here I honestly didn't know I wanted to. And I guess I'd really like to thank Mary, even though she isn't here, because she really helped me decide that this is something that is important to me and would like to continue this in the future. So thanks everyone.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Husby, Certified Prevention Specialist and online advisor for addiction studies. But when I was looking over my list, we have quite a diverse group of students. And maybe that's not what you thought when you saw our students. But as USD is very interested in diversity, ADS started alcohol and drugs with a diverse group of students than we have there. And I'll explain that first. Janelle, who is an on-campus student, who had a little interruption in her education, came back as a full-time mom, full-time employee, worked overnights, and on-campus student. So, congratulations for all your hard work. Oh, she informed me she just finished her internship, so she is ready to move along. She's been gone doing that, so we haven't seen her for a while. You might have to check.
I'd like to thank especially my husband for supporting me through this and helping with my kids. My kids, I'd love to thank because they have been my inspiration through everything, and the department for helping me get my education through all of this, and being 33 years old, learning that I can finish a career and move further in my life. The biggest person I would like to thank, he's upstairs right now, is my dad. He's the one who pushed me to get my education by saying, oh, you'll never finish it, you'll never go back, you'll never complete it. It's upsetting to know that I can't hug him and say, you know, I made it. Thanks to you, I made it. My family and friends who have supported me through this, but thank you a lot.
I forgot to say how far back Janelle and I go, back to when she was 10 years old and in Girl Scouts. So anyway, so it's kind of like one of my children growing up. Megan Bennett. And this is interesting because being an online, I don't always meet my advisees face to face. But Megan, I will have to say, came back to school and I noticed her GPA for the university is 3.7. So I find that pretty impressive. So it's nice to meet you. So we have on-campus students, we have our online students, often non-traditional, meaning they maybe came back later. I can see why you were having trouble.
Thank you, Kathy.
Wow. 30 years ago, I graduated high school this week. I got asked, what do you think of counselors? And I said, I think they're really important, and they turned me into one. So I started on the certificate program, and I was invited not to return to my desk as a counselor along with the rest of our staff. So I decided I better go back to college because I needed something. And I have 2 adult children and my youngest son, who came with me today, that have been through a lot in the last 4 years. So I'll have my bachelor's at the end of summer. And my children will watch me carry book bags to wrestling, baseball, volleyball. The birth of my 2nd grandchild when I was in Diane's class, I believe, and asking a nursing staff about pharmacology and the importance of it at 4:30 in the morning when we had our 2nd one. And she got the first picture. Never met the lady, but she was very supportive. Along with Kathy and John and Mary, who I've got to meet variously, and it was all online, and it's an amazing, amazing program. And I got to meet Erica and Emily in face-to-face class, and it was far out. So USD has been an amazing part of our family. So thank you very much.
And then we have Kevin, who managed to combine it all. And as you can see, he is a minority. You never thought you'd be called that, maybe, but one of the few males in our program who finished a degree at Killian and transferred in after 2 years and switched careers along the way, and so came back to USD. And he also has about a 3.7 GPA with working and family and all of those things. So we got creative. He did some online, came to campus when he needed to, and got it done. Okay.
Well, like Kathy said, I'm non-traditional, 25 years old, graduating. Just kidding. But actually, I graduated high school 22 years ago this month. So, thank you to my family. Thanks for the patience. And Caitlin, thank you when I wasn't able to do things with you because I was too busy doing schoolwork. Thank you to all the instructors. You're an amazing bunch. You've helped me learn so much, and to the friends that I've made in the program, thank you guys. Even though I was a minority, I felt like I was part of the group, and that's great. Thank you all.
Something you have to be kind of learned whenever you're going to have Kathy come up and share something about you, because she's got the whole history. So just be careful when you're, good memory. Well, it was really a pleasure to hear the comments today, and what I hear was a lot of dedicated people out there, dedicated to the field, dedicated people in support of the students, and I think that's what all makes it work. And so, that being said, I think we just need to give everyone a fine round of applause and wish the best for the future. Now, this concludes a pinning ceremony. However, there may be some need for people wanting to take pictures, and we have the 40th meal will begin at noon, so we have a little time if you wish to do so. I don't think there's any special place they want to take pictures.
We want to get a group photo of all the graduates together, and then we'll get the graduates